Hey guys, welcome back to Al's Fish Tales. Getting settled in here. We're going to start with a new video format. I'm trying to do less editing because I don't have a lot of time to upload videos or make these videos. And my reef tank has undergone a lot more updates. I'm going to go ahead and swing over here and show you guys the reef tank and all the updates I've got going on with it because there's just a lot to explain. Okay guys, let's take a look here. We have a lot to update on with what I've done to the tank, and kind of the whole setup here looks way different. So the first thing, let's start from the top. We've got a new light. This is the Fluval, I think it's the Marine 2.0 light. I'll have to double check. Either way, I'll link it in the description. So we're running that now. Way more customization options. You can get a lot more in the deep blue colors. And I think I've had this thing tuned up. I've been playing with it, so things may not be the best looking in here, but I've had to lower it a lot because it's so much more intense than my old light. I've got the settings way down right now. So the second thing I've got, and if you guys remember, I tested a big wave maker a while back. I'm trying not to make you guys sick. I'm gonna slowly turn around here. That wave maker's in here now for my hydroponic tank, but this is still a Hygger. So if you go on Hygger's website, you can use the code AlsFishTales, get 10% off your order and free shipping in the USA. Link will be in the description. This is not a sponsored video, actually. I mean, I do have a discount code with Hygger, but they didn't send me this for free. I actually just bought it because the other wave maker was good. So yeah, that's my new wave maker, and like I said, it's got this little controller right over here, and you can see the kind of the power of the wave. That little blue bar there, it'll change depending on what setting it's on, and the numbers correspond to a setting. That's kind of how that works. It's not a time. It's got a feed mode on it, all that good stuff. I like it. It's magnetic. It's got a little filter around it. The only thing I don't like is it has these little rubber feet that mount into the base, and it makes it easy to pull off, but it's not very easy to get back on there. So I don't know. I don't like that design, but it doesn't come off. It's just annoying when you have to put it back on. Now, if you don't pull it off from that base, it doesn't matter then. But anyway, it's very negligible. It's a great wave maker. The other thing, if you haven't noticed already, I have an Inkbird. Now, I'm going to try not to harp on this because a lot of people do, but if you have a reef tank, you care about your fish, you care about your corals, all that. I keep a schedule to change my heater out once per year on all of my tanks. It's not worth the risk, but now for the extra protection, I've got this Inkbird. Whenever I was in Alaska, my friend was coming over to take care of my fish. It was setting off an alarm. I was able to clear it from my phone. You can just monitor so much with the Inkbird, so I'll link that in the description as well. You can set, your temperature parameters and all that. It basically protects your heater from staying on for too long or overheating your tank or underheating your tank. It's basically an extra insurance coverage for your tank, and I would definitely recommend getting one. Okay, let's go on to the next thing, and this is the biggest upgrade that I've done that I should have done a long time ago, and that is adding an ATO. So this is the Duetto ATO, and I don't know the exact model, but as with everything, I'll link it down below. And I've got it basically going down with the pump. There's a pump in this bucket down here with RO water, and I've got my RO system here on the wall. And basically it just, here, let me take this off. If you've never seen an ATO, take a look inside here. If this thing were to fail, it has two sensors on it, so hopefully it wouldn't. That's the only water it's going to pump into the tank. Now that's still a lot, obviously, better than 5 gallons of water. So that pump is on there, and there's a magnetic sensor right here, and when the water level gets too low, I know it's kind of hard to see, that's the bottom of the sensor, that's the top. When it gets too low, it pumps water in from the bucket and shoots it in here. One thing to note, you don't want to have this line down in the water because it could actually reverse vacuum and pull the water back down into the bucket. I should have done this from the beginning. Guys, if you're going to do one upgrade to your tank on any reef tank, you've got to have an ATO. I don't even think this is a optional thing. This is a must-have thing, is an ATO. I think that a lot of my issues with my corals, which you can see right now, sorry, I'm on cinematic mode, so it's kind of blurring stuff a little bit, but you can kind of see my my corals there. Those ones are nice. Now, But I killed off this candy cane, which my friend told me was actually in bad shape anyway. And the other zoas, my snail knocked off, and then they're still angry. My nymph became very angry. Basically, I attribute most of that to one, poor lighting, but two, not having stable water parameters. Because I would have to come up here every day, every other day, and top off the water, and it was never the same. And it's just not good. It's not good. If you're going to have a reef tank, you absolutely have to have an ATO. Like, that is without a doubt. There's, even if you do like I did every day, you're still gonna have days where you miss it. You know, that's just part of it. Like, you're gonna get busy, something's gonna happen, and you're not gonna be able to have the stable water parameters that you think you will. And also, it's just so nice to not have to worry about it. Like, my water has just, everything has been great. My parameters stay the same. It's just a must-have, and I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse, but get yourself an ATO if you don't have one. Everything has, like, this coral before I got the ATO was even worse looking. I mean, sorry, this nymph. It doesn't look great now, but it was way worse looking. So I've just dimmed the lights slightly more. I'm hoping as I play around with the programming, because I'm still trying to figure out this light myself. It's pretty new, but hopefully once I get it dialed in, my nymph will kind of pop back out. And then, as you guys know, I've got the 3D printed stuff from 3D Ocean in here, the chamber basket. All that's still working out great, really love it. But the tank looks nice, fish are doing really well. There's a lot of updates that I have done to this, and as it stands right now, there's not really too much else I can do. The only other thing is, if you don't have a protein skimmer, which I've already kind of talked about this before, get yourself a protein skimmer, especially if you're dosing with like Reefroids and AB+. Those Reefroids can get pretty nasty in there and really make your water look nasty. It'll keep your phosphates up, which, you know, I fought for a long time, and I feel like I've finally got all that dialed in. But let me know what you guys think about the tank. I think it's looking pretty nice now. I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do with like lines and stuff. I'm gonna eventually run these water lines. I've got these little tabs here, so I actually have everything like screwed in. I'd like to clean it up a little bit more. Only other change in here, this canister filter I've had for years finally started leaking on me on my ADA tank. So the Nano filter that I made a video on a while back, actually that I put on this tank just for fun, I've been using in here, and yeah, it's actually doing well. Actually, my plants have just exploded. Now this, I haven't ran the CO2 now in like, what, a year, 2 years? It's just sitting there because I haven't refilled it. But the tank, the plant growth, sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle with the lighting. It's just taken over, like it's insane. They're starting to grow out of the top. This has been like probably the most minimally cared for tank. I basically just do a water change like every month or two on it, and I've had this tank now for probably 5 years. I'm down to 3 cardinal tetras in it. I started out with 8, and there's 2 twig catfish in there, and I actually just saw one of my rabbit snails is still alive. I thought all of my ram's horn snails had kind of like out competed them, but still alive in there. So yeah, ram's horns is the only other thing. Thought about doing some shrimp in there when my cardinals go, but we'll see. Not really sure yet. And then this over here is my tank for all of my baby albino bristlenose plecos, and you can see obviously all of them are not albino. Yeah, they're all still doing really well. And then of course we got 2 comet goldfish over here. Rest are out in the pond trying to grow a pineapple. And we've got some ghost peppers over here. I like to dehydrate peppers. I have a bunch of dehydrated habaneros that I like. But this tomato plant now, let's see, I started this thing, gosh, yeah, a year or 2 ago in this fish tank. Well, I started them from seeds and then moved them to this tank. And it used to grow, I had like a shelf over here and they were up to the ceiling. This plant was absolutely enormous. So I'm just gonna see how long I can keep this plant alive for. Maybe it'll last a lifetime, who knows? Out in my garden, it absolutely took over this year, and I had so many tomatoes I couldn't give enough away. There's just literally thousands and thousands. It just took over. So it's crazy how one little plant can feed so much wildlife and people. Pretty insane. So hopefully it'll stay good in here through the winter again, just like last year, and may have a few tomatoes during the winter time as well. If you're going to do hydroponics with these tomato plants, you got to shake them. It helps, I guess, with pollination with your flowers. So you can see this one's still flowering. which, you know, naturally insects and the wind will do. So if you're doing it indoors, just a note. Also note is tomato plants have like a little bit of like sap. So if you fill them and they're kind of sticky, that's what that is. It's kind of a, I don't know if it's actually sap, but it's some kind of chemical they produce. Anyway, here in a few days, I just put these in here last night. You'll start to see some roots coming out of there. And it'll make a huge root system that'll probably touch the bottom of this tank pretty soon. Yeah, people, I think, overcomplicate like hydroponics with tomatoes. Now, if you don't have great lighting, it won't put off a lot of fruit. So I don't really expect a lot of fruit. I'm just trying to keep this alive through the winter. That's that. That's the update in the fish room. And pretty happy with it, especially the reef tank. These fish are just so beautiful. I would like to get a pair of fancy clownfish, like some white ones eventually, but you know, clownfish can live a long time, so probably won't do another reef tank just because it's a lot of work. Unless I get another one set up like this. This one is now pretty, I don't want to say easy, but with everything in place now, it's almost like automated. So it is definitely much better. I'm not really doing water changes. I'm just keeping the ATO running and making sure that I rinse out the filters and put new filters in it. With that basket, makes it really easy. Do that every week or two. And it's very seamless, doesn't take a lot of time. And as you can see, the tank looks great. It's very clear. Like I did scrape the glass like a week or two ago, but it was very just minimal algae on it, like not bad at all. So it's working. I think it's working. And yeah, very happy. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I feel like I'm finally getting this tank dialed in. I do eventually want to get some like more corals, like Sinularia or something. My zoas are just, I really like the way they look. I kind of wish I wouldn't have got zoas just because of the danger of having zoas. I really want something that kind of pops a little more. So maybe some like Sinularia or something. No more Anthelia, nothing like that. Probably not even pulsing Xenia. Like I don't want anything that's going to possibly take over, like GSP, anything like that. Maybe in the future, if I can't make anything else work, I'll go to those because they're bulletproof. Just for right now, maybe like a Sinularia or something. Let me know what you guys think, and take care.